Do you have the time to listen to me whine about nothing and everything all at once? I am one of those melodramatic fools.
Yeah, welcome to the Jim Reith Show Unleashed podcast, episode number 64, if you can believe that.
64 episodes.
Man. Now, our Yahoo of the week, there were many to choose from, but I decided to go with the McDonald's Corporation.
Why? This is interesting.
Swicey. You know what swicey is?
No.
Sweet and spicy together.
That I haven't heard of.
McDonald's just coined the term swicey.
Swicey.
So for that, you are now the Yahoo of the week on the podcast. Now, the good news of the week goes to all the DPW crews in central New York. Look, we just got like 2 feet of snow over, a couple of days, 3 days, 4 days, and the roads are fine. We're so spoiled. So thank you to all the DPW crews everywhere for the job that they have done for us this week. You know he's going to the Super Bowl? Who's going?
Nico Tamurian.
You know somebody's going.
Nico Tamurian.
Yeah, that's correct. Probably his wife too, right?
Yeah.
Farah. So, but who else?
I don't know who.
Tommy Cutlets.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Tommy Cutlets.
TC.
That's it.
He was in the Super Bowl last year, but just in a commercial.
Yes, that's correct. He'll be there in uniform and probably praying that no one gets hurt and he doesn't have to play. Well, let's get to our guest, shall we? Because he's important to us and to the county. Ryan McMahon's here. How are you, sir?
I'm great. How are you?
Awesome.
He's in the lineup for the Yankees next year.
I know he is.
Batting seventh
That's
so
right.
far.
That's correct.
Their way up.
And I'll be blaming him if they don't do well. So let's
They
talk about.
blame me for everything else, Jim. You might as well.
Let's talk first about the DPW crews and the job they've done. I know the county, Marty runs the county DPW still, and he does an awesome job. And, these are tough conditions. And as far as I'm concerned, things are great.
Yeah, they're pros, right? And so I think overall, countywide, you have different municipalities on different roads responsible. We have a snow plowing agreement that we do, and we take over a lot of the roads for the state of New York. We then go to some of the towns. They take over some of our county roads within their municipalities. We keep our larger ones. But we have crews across the whole community. I think everybody did really well this last run this past weekend. We didn't shut down buildings today. Other people preemptively did. But overall, they're awesome. I mean, remember a couple of weeks ago, like we were on national news. I got interviewed by Fox News Weather. Like they try to get me like every day of the week. And I went down to the Hotel Syracuse and got interviewed. And there was like CBS National, NBC National. We got like 7 feet of snow in 2 days, and like we were functioning. So
yes,
we know what we're doing.
We do. Now, I drive past the Micron site coming to the Inner Sanctum where we are safely ensconced. And so the trees have to be removed by the end of March. How many trees?
Oh, there's thousands. It's already started. I'm going to put up a drone video when it's in the right format so you can see how it goes. And essentially, they're taking down hundreds of trees with this heavy machinery. You just can't see it from the street. I mean, it's a massive site. But March 31st is the date. I think we'll get there pretty easily at the pace we're going now. At that point, then you'll start seeing the actual rail spur will be built. We'll start bringing in the material necessary to level off the site and get ready for a massive foundation pour in the summer of 26. Well, and then we'll start vertical.
Let me ask you this. So like I said, I drove by the site. You're telling me all those trees on the site, all of them are going to be gone by the end of March?
Codnoy to Burnett. So think of Codnoy Road, 31 to Burnett Road. Yeah, they're gone. Yeah.
Bill,
yeah.
I got 10. It says no, Bill.
That's a lot of trees.
Oh my God. Are you kidding me?
I'm not messing around. Wait till you see this drone. This is like 1 day of activity. And all these trees, they have this machine that goes in and basically just unearths them, brings it up, puts them on the side. It's amazing.
All right. I definitely want to see that drone video.
Yeah.
We like drone video.
Oh yeah. That's awesome. That's awesome. Wow. All right. That is impressive. They do that. That's impressive.
Yeah. I mean, it's we got to do it, right? The Indiana bat might be flying around. We got to get it done. So
I'll take care of them for you if you want. Bill and I'll take care of the Indiana bats for you.
Yeah.
Half price.
Yeah.
Hey, we're willing. So listen, once you get that done, I mean, that's such a in and of itself is such a massive job. And now I know they're using a lot of the wood they're grinding it right and using a lot of it for fill and to level stuff off, which is very smart. But some of that wood's got to be valuable. I mean, there's got to be some black cherry, maybe some walnut, whatever in there. What happens to those like valuable logs?
Yeah, my guess is that Gilbane is going to be, dispensing of that, and maybe there's the ability to make a little bit of revenue off of it. I asked my team that. I was like, geez, maybe I should have negotiated a better deal that the good wood stays with us and the bad wood goes to Micron. But too complicated, they told me.
Yeah.
So my guess is Gilbane will probably find a home for some of that. That will go against the bottom line. This first contract is massive. I mean, it's almost $1 billion. Probably $1 billion by the it's all said and done before you even really go vertical. And we have over 80% of the people working on this are going to be here in Central New Yorkers. And so it's great. This people are going to feel it now.
Yeah.
You're going to know somebody
true.
Working on the site. You're going to know somebody who's getting a paycheck on the site. And then it's just going to explode from that. And the amount of other development now, Jim, I mean, it's crazy. At that event, you had the tooling companies, which will all come here. They had their CEOs there. Some of their largest customers, C-suite members were there. NVIDIA. Some of it was just nuts. But we're on a world stage right now, and I talked to Sanjay, and right now they've already sold all their product in 26 they can make, and they're already almost sold out in 27. So they are pushing things up because their product, that DRAM technology they're going to make here, that's what goes into their high bandwidth memory technology, which then drives all the AI data centers and everything else.
Wow.
And so this project's going to go faster. It's not going to go longer.
Let's talk about a couple of big projects that were announced and talked about for a very long time and have really just stalled completely. Great Northern and Shoppingtown. I mean, those are two big chunks of land that can be very important to, producing things that we really need in this county, like short housing for one, and maybe some more retail or whatever, but housing.
Yeah, I think on Shoppingtown, we own the site. Remember, we took on Moonbeam, absentee landlord from, God knows where. But we got control of it through the courts. We ended up putting out an RFP, really innovative proposal at the time. District East, focused on retail, housing, new, town center. That concept just never really could get executed on because of the fractured ownership. We owned most of the site.
Right.
Anderson owned Macy's. Sears owned, Transform owned Sears. And nobody would play ball with each other. I had a deal at one point between Benderson and OHB, who was the developer. Benderson kind of walked away from that deal. And so we just said, you know what, we'll take it. We're going to do it. And so we went eminent domain. We didn't have to use it on Transform. We won. We cut a deal to buy the Transform property. So that's off the table. We are in our last court case right now with Benderson. And this is fated complete. We're going to win. We won it every step of the way. And this is really about setting value. So that's going to be done. So we're going to be putting out a new RFP to the marketplace to reflect really the opportunity now. When we did the last RFP, Jim, Micron wasn't a thing.
Right.
And so since then, we've had a lot of wins. The site's more valuable.
Yep.
I still think we will have a housing aspect, but I think we will have a lot of high-tech end users as well for some of the high-tech success we've had, not only in the semiconductor space, but the defense and aerospace, radar, unmanned aerial systems. I think that site could play a pivotal role in research and development. And so we're going to put it out, and I think we're going to get some really good applications back. And then we're going to get to work. There's no more delays needed, right? We have site control. We got to get going.
I had never heard that, though. I'm talking about, putting technological companies in there. Holy cow, that's a great idea.
Yeah, no, if you think about the location right by two universities, and look, I mean, it's about 70 acres, right? You can accomplish a lot of things. And so we have a lot of companies doing really, really well. and we got to continue to keep our eye on the ball to make sure they can continue to grow here. And now you have Micron, right? And you have some of the investment that's going to come with that. Where are we going to go, right? Building up supply chain sites, big deal. That's a lot of our focus right now, is building up more sites, recruiting more companies, create the ecosystem. But Shoppingtown can help fit into that, and so can Great Northern. Great Northern does have a deal for a large investment by Upstate. They're a big medical piece that will help get that off and running. There will be housing that you'll hear more about in 2016 or 2026. 2016. What am I thinking? In 2026. So that will get that going. But again, you have a strategic site 3-4 miles away from Micron.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
What do you obviously you're going to have some retail amenities, some housing amenities, developing the town center vision that I still think is applicable. But also, logistics, warehousing for some of these tooling companies, right? Different opportunities maybe there as well, because the demand for the ecosystem is going to be there. So really key parcels that I think are going to have really good outcomes here in 2026.
They are key parcels because they're huge plots of land that offer spectacular opportunity that really wasn't offered before in both of those areas. So it really is beneficial to the community that we get those things back online for sure. Ryan, I appreciate it, man. Always, it's really tough out there. And I know you didn't close the county today, though, huh? You didn't close the building?
No. I took a drive last night from Cicero to Strathmore, and I got there and back in one piece. So I was like, look, we're okay.
We're good.
My mom and my wife are happy about that, I think. But but they did great. Even last night, how I did it too from Strathmore, because the city gets a bad rap with plowing all the time. I thought they did well last night and today. I drove down Strathmore, West Onondaga, South Salina, all the way to North Salina, got on 81 on Hiawatha, and went back out. And it was okay. So
good.
I knew unless something drastic happened overnight, that on the 5 a.m. call that the team had, we were going to be open for business.
Excellent. Thank you, Ryan, for your time, man. Appreciate it.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Later.
Great seeing Ryan again and talking to him.
You know what? I give him kudos. He was ensconced in a little controversy last week with his comments about ICE.
Right.
And he did the letter to the editor, and I tell everybody to go and find that on Syracuse.com. It's not. I don't think it's under a paywall. The letters to the editor.
I don't think so.
But it's a good response. People need to read.
Yes.
Not just the headline.
Right.
You need to read the entire thing.
The whole thing. Yes.
As Paul Harvey would say.
The rest of the story.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, there's so much now. See, it becomes now it's just about trolls.
Yes.
So now the trolls are just trying to cause trouble, like the jackass that painted FU on the sign, that kind of stuff. That's what we're left with now. Okay. These are the kind of people we're left with. It's happening. That's it. So all these people who are proven wrong are pissed, and some of them are idiots, and you're going to get all this kind of stuff. So it happens. He's used to it, I'm sure. I'm sure he gets much more of it than any of us get.
Especially, I don't wouldn't want to be at his level.
No, never. No, thank you. No, let's talk about something much easier to talk about. And that's our friend Jim Lerch is here. The Manchild is here. How are you doing, Jim?
What's up, boys? How are you, gentlemen? Good to see you.
There he is.
Proudly wearing the New York Giants hat.
That's correct. Why not?
Man, I'm a Harbaughist now, baby. Let's go. Guests are out now. Who cares about what happened last season?
Let's start with the Giants.
New ball coach right now.
Let's start with the Giants. That was a very good move on their part. A very bad move to keep the GM, but they kept it. They got a new coach, and now we'll see. The biggest thing about Harbaugh for me is the people he brings in to be around him. Is that right?
Yes, he's going to get guys that he trusts. We're already seeing that. He just got his defensive coordinator, a guy he's worked with in the past. So yeah, he's going to find people that he can trust. He's going to build the circle of trust. And even though Joe Shane stayed, Jim, I mean, number one, I think unless they've renewed or extended his contract, Shane has one more year on his contract. So the Giants are paying him anyway. And Harbaugh's running the show. So he's already firing people that, have been with the organization 20 years. He's like the sheriff. He's just walking around cleaning up the town. It's fantastic.
Well,
he wanted to be there, but on his terms.
It needed to be. It needs to happen. It's needed to happen for a long time.
Like this, right?
So I'm happy to see it.
Me
And
too.
that was a great grab for the Giants.
Look at I'm not looking for them to win the Super Bowl. I just want them to win more games than they lose. That's all.
That's all. Scatterbo should be okay, right? When he comes back.
Yeah, he'll be back for the regular season, but that was a
gruesome
serious injury he took.
Oh,
so that's a long recovery time. It's a
real
good thing that it happened during the season. He has the entire off season and all the way leading up to the season to try and get better. Yeah.
Let's talk about the next SU basketball coach, which happens next year. And do they go? Do they go out of market? Do they finally go out of the SU circle, or are they always going to be within the SU circle for a coach?
They have to go out. If they don't go outside first of all, the guy still has his job. So let me be respectful of Red Archer.
I like Red. I do.
He's a good guy. He is a very, very good man. So I want to really tread lightly because I respect him as a man. I respect him as a coach too. It just seems like he's in over his head on this one, and it's not happening. And they have to get to, if he doesn't get them to the tournament this year, he's going to likely lose his job. And that's a shame, but that's the reality of today's college basketball world. There is big money in this. There is a lot of prestige in being at the top. And Syracuse was once, near the top of that mountain, and they've fallen way down, and they have to start to climb back up. You just mentioned the Giants. Get me some wins. Win more than you lose. Yeah. Syracuse needs to get back into tournament conversation on an annual basis. Jim Boeheim had him doing that for a while. Adrian hasn't been able to do that, and that's a big problem around here.
And the people aren't showing up to the games anymore either.
Well,
that always happens when that happens.
And then that's when they make a move, when it starts to affect the bottom line.
Exactly.
Yes.
And they will. And they do have to go outside of the family and outside of the university and find a name coach if you want to be a name program. Now, if you want to continue, first of all, it's got to be about revenue, because they used to pack the place. Red's just not a game coach. He's not a game coach. Jim Boeheim was a superior game coach. He's not a game coach. When things happen that changes need to happen or things need to shift in different directions, he doesn't do it. So, and I like Red. I don't usually call for people I'm not calling for him to get fired. I'm just saying that he's going to lose a job at the end of the year. Like you said, if they don't go to the tournament, and the way they're playing right now, they're not going to any tournament. So It's a shame, because this town counts on SU football and basketball for a lot of recreation. A lot of disposable income goes to them. And if they're not successful, then that income is going to go away and quickly.
And the ticket prices are rising too. So it's not a cheap bring your family.
That's
night.
A slap. I mean, that's just a slap. Raise football prices. You got to be kidding me.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about the Yankees and what they haven't done this year, although I'm not all that upset about it yet. I like Bellinger. Okay. I like that move. I like signing all the guys back. But you got to get a starter, dude. I mean, what are you doing? You got to get a starter, and they're all like going away. So, I mean, you can't get Struble because they asked for everything for him. Yeah, right. That's absurd. That's not going to happen. He's going to be a free agent and get $1 zillion contract. So get somebody. Get somebody.
Well, the Mets were just thinking the same thing, and luckily they did land Peralta, which that's a really good get for them. Yeah, he's only on a 1-year deal, so they're going to have to. Right. He's going to have to play, go out there and pitch well, and then they're going to extend him. As a matter of fact, David Stearns, the GM of the Mets, already said, they're in no rush to extend him. I'm like, extend him now? What do you mean you're in no rush? But maybe part of it is that Peralta wants to have a feeling as to what the Mets are going to actually be this year, because they have completely turned the roster. The Mets, you're going to be running out. You're going to be like, who's playing first? Who's on third?
Right.
People are going to have to get reacquainted with the Mets because they've had a complete facelift.
So it looks like to me, though, they've gotten much better.
We'll see. It's debatable. It's debatable, but they needed change. So they acclimated change. I mean, they had some guys that were in the organization for a long, long time and were players for this organization for a long time. Brandon Nimmo, Pete Alonso, obviously. And now they're going to, cycle in some new guys, and there'll be new heroes will be born. So I'm optimistic, cautiously optimistic on the Mets. I'm not sure that they're a better team. But Peralta was a very big get. I still think they could use another really good arm in that rotation. You can never have enough arms in a rotation.
No, and they've got young guys.
All this. And the Yankees, you're right. Look at what the Dodgers have done. I mean, it's like nobody else even stands a chance, in all honesty, Jim. We could spend all day talking about the Mets and the Yankees, but the fact of the matter is the only team that matters in baseball right now is the Dodgers. They have stockpiled a ridiculous amount of talent. Somehow they're managing to pay them all, most of them on these crazy deferred contracts.
Right.
But they're doing it. Who cares how you do it if you play within the rules? And they have put together a super team that, unless like half the team gets hurt, they're still good enough to win the World Series. So
I think within the next 3 years, we're going to start seeing some salary cap.
Well, the CBA's up, right? I mean,
yeah.
So next year's a lockout anyway. Next year's either a lockout or a strike. And they're going to have to do something. They're going to get rid of deferment. I can almost guarantee that. You can't. They owe $1 billion in the future. That's insane. You can't allow this. Now, like you said, hey, props to them. They read the book, got the rules. Let's do this, and they did. Hey, you can't blame them for taking advantage of the system. You blame the system for being stupid, and it is. Now we're going to be arguing over a salary cap. You guys are making $1 zillion a year, all of you, and you're going to argue about, nickels and dimes. It's sickening. So do they come back, Jim, with a salary cap? I don't see it.
It's a hard get for baseball because of the way they've
is.
operated for years. That's the problem is, to introduce a foreign concept, not foreign to most of us in every other sport, but foreign to baseball. And I've always said for years and years, the problem with baseball, and it looks like it's going to be a forever problem until they get an innovative commissioner. I don't know what it's going to take, but baseball just moves at a glacial pace.
Yeah.
Okay. I have sung from the rooftops for 10 plus years about an electronic strike zone. We're finally going to see it. And it's not even in full form. We're going to see it in this stupid challenge system. And you run out of challenges and you only get so many a game. So you got to save them till the end. So if there's a bad call in the first inning, you're not going to raise your hand and challenge it because you need to save them for when the game matters. That debunks the whole system.
It does.
We're trying to get all the calls right. Let's get them right, for crying out loud.
The pitch clock really did help the game a lot.
Yes. I agree with that. It did help.
I enjoyed not sitting
and once
watching.
they implemented that, it was like instant success, right? The games were sped up. No more this twitching on the mound and these guys that would gyrate between pitches. You're like, pitch it, man.
And they still seem to, in playoff time, have that drama that ensues in the playoff time. It's still there because now the pitchers know how to manipulate that clock.
Right.
Well, it's the same thing with the football thing, right? So the football, they can determine electronically where the ball should be. Why aren't you doing that on every play? Instead, just the ones that are very close. They go to the electronic call and it shows where the ball is. Why aren't you doing that every single play? Get rid of the freaking guys on the sideline running around with their things and the chain. You can do it electronically. What are you doing?
Dick Scott, the coach, the local coach here for the Syracuse Mets, he would come on our show regularly. We've even had him on the podcast a few times. I love him. He played in the big leagues, so he's an interesting guy, and he'll talk. And him and I have been on opposite sides of the strike zone thing. He likes the challenge system. I hate it. I just want all electronic. And I'm screaming at him, one day I'm yelling at the poor guy. He's on as my guest. I'm like, listen, it makes no sense. Dick, tell me how many mistakes are being made with the electronic. Tell me that there's 5 mistakes being made a game by the electronic system, and then I'll get the buy-in. Show me the data. If you show me the data and says the all-automated robot ump isn't working, okay, or it's working worse than the challenge system, then I'll take the challenge system. I'll take it. I mean, it's better than nothing, right? There is no data. They don't make the data public. Nobody can see the data. But all I know is when I was going to games and they were doing half the game, this was a weird thing that they were doing in the minor leagues as an experiment for an entire season. I think the season before last.
Yes.
Half the game was electronic and half the game was the challenge system. All right.
Really?
So literally,
Yes.
we're alternating the systems within the same game. And what I saw was, and I went to many games, I wanted to observe this. I wasn't seeing any arguments over balls and strikes when the electronic thing was happening. Nothing. No one's coming out of the dugout. There's nothing. There's no yapping. Players aren't looking back at the ump like he's got 4 heads. Nothing.
Which then speeds up the game even more.
Right. And then we moved to the challenge system. And now, now you're yelling and now I'm challenging that. And then they challenge and then they got to put it up on the scoreboard. And it's kind of a little fun for the fans, I guess, to see the challenge go up. We all enjoy that in tennis, right? Yep. Oh, it's in. Look at that. I hit you the ball. It was all stretched out. It's so cool to see that.
It is.
I think if that immerses the fans a little bit, that's the one entertaining part of the system. But it just, I don't understand why they just won't be, but that's baseball at its glacial pace, Jim. They just won't do anything right away. So you're asking for a salary cap? I say, okay, yeah, maybe in 20 years, baseball might come around. I just don't see it in the next collective bargaining.
I don't either, and that's going to be a problem. It really is. So the whole electronic thing. I mean, it's you put a chip in the ball and a chip on a thing that has the strike zone. You can move it up and down for shorter and taller players. Boom, that's it. Now the technology's been there forever, but for whatever reason, they're not doing it.
Well, I always say this about golf, right? You talk about the chip in the ball, right? So why don't the best golf ball makers in the world charge us a little extra and they put a chip in the ball? We have a little device in our pockets onto our belt, and we never lose a ball, Bill.
That's right.
Because we just
that's why they don't do it, because we never lose a ball.
Right, because they want us losing balls, so we buy more balls so that they make more money. I get it. It's like the oil companies and why we don't want to we want to keep gas cars instead of going to better technology. It's just like, because we're making money off you suckers.
Yes, that's
the way it goes, man.
Do you get into any of the UFC mixed martial arts stuff, Jim?
My partner Paul is a little bit more into that than I am, and we don't really cover it on the podcast.
I think, just in a entertainment wise, this weekend was the first UFC fight that was not on pay-per-view. Okay. They're done with pay-per-view.
What?
Paramount Plus owns the rights to the numbered UFC cards now.
Okay.
And they started at 5:00 on Saturday afternoon, and it was on until midnight with fights. I think we've now changed.
That's a huge change.
Because I think that right there is the end of pay-per-view. That is the nail in the coffin for pay-per-view, because they were the last entity that was successful, because you can only get their product on pay-per-view. WWE, you could get the pay-per-view, but it was also available on whatever Peacock and now ESPN. Yeah. It's just I think in the realm of sports, I think you're going to be seeing a lot more of these apps having
you mean streaming services?
Streaming service apps are going to have more exclusive rights to sporting events now than ever.
Yes.
Well, think about it, because it drives up subscriptions, right? I mean, that's the whole thing.
I think you might.
Paramount Plus gets all of a sudden, boom, they get popped for a month, and then, as you know, like all of us suckers, oh yeah, I forgot I subscribed to Paramount Plus for that big fight that I wanted, or that race that I wanted to see, or that big football game, and then all of a sudden, 3 months, and you're like, what the heck is this? $15? And finally, maybe you cancel at some point. Meanwhile, they've made 3 months, 6 months, maybe even longer off you.
They are making streaming services are making huge headway in professional sports, and it's going to come to it eventually where it's all going to be on.
I even think it's going to be to the part where there's going to be streaming. This is the official home of the New York Yankees.
Yeah.
Whatever
streaming
app,
network.
the Network app is the only way you're going to be able to get the.
Yeah.
Well, Netflix is filthy rich.
Yeah.
Prime is filthy rich, and they already have NFL games exclusively. So it's we're heading in that direction. I wonder if we're going to live in a time where CBS and Fox and NBC don't have the games anymore.
Yes, I think so.
I think it's just going to be they're going to be priced out of it.
Yeah, outbid them. They have more money. Done.
Yeah. Yep. Terrible. All right, Jimmy. Thank you, man, for joining us.
Always welcome.
How can people see and hear you on the regular?
Yeah, good point. At MC Show Digital is our handle on YouTube, so that's where you want to go. It's fantastic. We've been in existence now for about 6 months. We just passed the 500 subscriber mark, which gives us some monetization abilities and things that we're going to be creating now in the next couple of weeks. We just passed that over the weekend. We've had over 200,000 views on YouTube as well. And we also push it out to all our social media. So we're getting plenty of views in other places.
Right.
But we've built YouTube literally from the ground up, from 0 subscribers. And now we're at 510, I think, as of this moment. And hopefully, we'll climb into the thousands and have lots of people. And the more people that subscribe and the more clicks you get, the more exposed you get to the YouTube community, and the more YouTube essentially helps you. They give you a little boost. So it's all about getting to a certain level and putting out consistent content. And we've done that. We've put out over 550 videos in 6 months.
No kidding.
Okay, that's great.
So that's the work I've been doing. I thought leaving radio, I'm retired.
Retirement.
That was the last time we were together. Look at Lerch. He's retired from radio. He's going to kick his feet up, take it easy. I've put out more content in the last 6 months than
you have.
Radio.
Yeah, you have.
But that's the job.
I'm the one that kicks back and does nothing except this little podcast. I'm the one that kicks my feet up.
Golf this summer, Jim. Golf this. We all have to go golfing.
Let's
all
get out to the golf course this summer.
Right,
That'd be great.
Sounds good.
That'd be really great. Thank you, guys.
Great
Always
to see you, brother.
We'll see you later.
You're welcome.
What a guy.
Our boss at one point in our lives.
Yes. Very good.
One of the best bosses I've had.
Absolutely. He was so fun.
Yeah.
I'll tell you though, whenever I had to go in his office, somebody said, "Where are you going?" I'd say, "I got to go do a half hour, 15-minute conversation with Jim Lerch." I'll be back in a half hour, so I got a 5-minute conversation I got to get to.
You'd have those kind of conversations with Joel too. He'd wrap you into some story he's got of some. Joel always had a story.
Yep.
You know, if it was the pen he had or a book he had on his desk, there was always a story involved.
Dude, we're talking about Joel Delmonico, who was the general manager at WSYR 194 for a few years, and Bill and I were both under his tenure, and he was like a Renaissance dude. I mean, he was a carpenter at first, and then he was a teacher, and so by the time he got into radio and radio sales, he did that, and then he became the general manager at the WSYR in 194, and he was a great boss. In that I could go into his office if he wasn't all that busy and just joke around with him for like 20 minutes and then leave. You know, we always laughed. I tried to get a laugh a day at the facility, especially out of him. And we usually did that because he had been there as long as I had been there. And so we knew all the same people and I had all the same issues and stuff. And he was a wonderful, wonderful boss. He's the guy who blew us out.
Yeah. But hey, it's not, it
wasn't his fault. And he was, apologetic about it. But
we probably said a few words about him after we left the door that day, but hey, I mean, after
it was aimed more at someone else, but we'll just let that one go.
Hey, what's this whole Twiggy Billieu thing? Have you been following this at all?
Yeah, a little bit. I think she went into a school because she was concerned about a member of her family.
And Twiggy Billieu was on the
school board,
not the council, the school board.
I think she kind of used that to get in the building. You're not supposed to go into the building if you were, she wasn't supposed to be in there. She knew it, but they removed her from the school board. I don't know about that.
And it was something to do with her grandson, right?
Grandson, right? Yes.
And it's really nothing. There's not, all of the articles are so, there's nothing. They won't tell you what's going on.
Yeah, there's got to be something else to it. There's something else behind it. There's got to be. There has to be, because you can't dismiss somebody over something like this. That's ridiculous. She was concerned about her grandson.
I saw a post from our friend GK Stack Money, George Copet. He's going to have her on his program. So
very good.
If you're around there, I'm sure he does the whole same thing where you can go back and listen to his shows too. So
his shows are awesome.
George Kilpatrick.
Yep, he's very good. Inspiration for the nation.
Yes.
Right? Yeah, and he's obviously much more tapped into the African American community than we are, and so he gets great interviews and brings issues to light that maybe you don't know anything about. And that's what, we encourage you to do. Don't look at headlines. Don't only go to the network that you like or that agrees with you or whatever. Educate yourself about all sides of every issue, and then you can make more intelligent decisions. Right now it's time to cool the rhetoric. We got to take a step back. We got to calm down. Okay. This is exactly what they wanted to have happen. They wanted violence, and they want more violence. So what everyone has to do is step back and give them less violence. Okay. Then they have no excuse to do what? If ICE wants to come into your community, let them come into your community. They're going to do their thing and arrest people they're not supposed to, and they'll let them go eventually. And protests are just going to egg things on. Okay. These are not professional law enforcement people. Remember that. Okay. These are not highly trained special law enforcement people. No. These are like, what's the name of the group? The boys,
the Proud Boys.
The Proud Boys. That's who these people are. Excuse me. And people like them. They're not trained. They shot that guy 9 times. 9 times. Okay?
And yes, you have that right and that voice to protest, but there's a right way to do it.
Right.
And I'm not saying anything that happened in the last week was the wrong way to do it.
No.
I'm just saying to keep this rhetoric where that's making it worse. It's making it worse because they are going to take whatever we say and turn it around.
Yep.
So finding a way to do it.
The best thing you can do for that side, and the worst thing you can do to them, is to cool it.
Yep.
Just cool it. Just stop. Go out and protest, but don't engage. Do not engage. Walk away, run away, whatever. But don't engage. We got to cool it. This is what they wanted. They wanted stuff to happen so they could put real troops in the streets. See, National Guard is one thing, okay? And I take nothing away from the National Guard. Those are trained troops, okay? But the real military, now you're talking about a whole different level. You've stepped up an entire different level. You've gone to dictatorship almost. So that's why he didn't do it. And now I guess they're leaving Minneapolis, I guess, because Holman went in there or was going in there or whatever. I'll tell you one thing they need to do, but they won't. This other dude that dresses like the Nazi guy, it's probably not a good idea to come to something like this. You got the leather strap across your chest. You got the long coat. The only thing it wasn't was black leather. Had it been a long black leather coat, you'd have been a freaking Nazi. So, I mean, come on. Don't be stupid. But it's a little too late for that.
Yeah. And it runs rampant all over the place. There's stupid people all over the place.
Man. And now we were talking before we went on the air, Bill and I were talking about, now you've got what you've got left are the hardcores now.
Yeah.
Okay. Now you got the hardcore MAGA people left. And these people can get dangerous because they know they're wrong. They don't want to admit they're wrong. They know they've been conned. They can't admit they've been conned. They won't admit they've been conned. Now they're going to lash out. And they're not going to lash out at the people they should lash out at. They're going to lash out at people on the other side of the aisle from them. That's what I worry about. As his group, President Trump's group gets smaller and smaller and smaller, they're going to get angrier and angrier and angrier. That's.
Are we going to get an investigation off of this? There has to be this new incident. There has to be some sort of investigation. I mean, because it wasn't ICE. It was border. It wasn't ICE. It was Border Patrol. That was this last one. It wasn't ICE, right? It was Border Patrol.
Was it?
I think it was Border Patrol.
Oh, okay.
Was this last?
No, it's too bad.
Was this last incident?
That's too bad.
But I mean,
but again, they don't have those rules. They don't have those powers either. And see, so when you say there has to be an investigation, see, this is what Shalene, my partner, it gets so frustrated over. And it makes me frustrated because she starts yelling at me, and she's not really yelling at me, but she's yelling because she's all wound up. I don't know. It's just, we just have to cool it somehow, some way. What do you say about Mark? Our friend Mark Turcotte, who's my longtime friend. Of course, Bovino is 5'3". All you need to know. Wow, is right. Little Napoleon, 5'3".
We are all set for our tickets secured for opening day in Atlanta.
Nice. That's right. You and Mark, right?
Yeah,
nice.
I was very lucky to get in on the. I was in the. They have like a insider pre-sale because I've gone before. It's that whole thing.
No, see, first of all, no. See, first of all, there's no. You were fortunate or you were lucky. You always get this stuff. So you get. Yeah, Bill, I just checked out the tickets for. Name the artist. Yeah, they're too much for me. I just got front row center. I got $50. Right?
I'm going to see Vince Gill too.
Front row center.
Front row center. There's not too many people that I have to have a certain, and for after sitting front row last year for Vince in Rochester.
You did?
I can no longer
sit anywhere else.
Sit anywhere else.
Of course not. No, of course not. Wow, that must have been something. I mean, he's amazing, obviously.
And that's that's a perfect place if you're a fan at all. Seeing him at the On Center in the theater. Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah.
The acoustics in there, just it's made for people like him.
Yes, most definitely.
Yeah, and going back to Atlanta was we're sitting in I don't know, like 6 or 7 rows off the outfield wall.
Which outfield?
We're I think we're at center field. I wanted to get behind Ronnie in left or in right, but those were all gone.
They're moving Acuna to right.
He's been
a right fielder.
Yeah, he's right. Okay. Yeah, it's right, and then Profar will play left. Okay, and Harris will play center.
All right. See, they got rid of Acuna's brother, the Mets.
Yeah,
Louis Angel is his name. He could be good. He's got potential. He's not as good as his brother. No. Obviously, no one's as good as his brother, pretty much.
His brother. Acuna Jr. said he's faster than him, which is weird because he's like extremely fast,
super fast. Wow. What do you think of the Braves this coming season?
I think if we stay healthy, I think we should do all right.
Okay, good.
But that's the hard part.
See, yeah, you can't have. So the Dodgers, right? Like Jim Lerch said, they could lose a quarter of their team to injury and then still win.
Yes.
Now a normal team cannot do that, and you saw that all last year. Pitchers are going down left and right. A guy blows out a hamstring or a calf, or the big issue in baseball is your obliques. You blow an oblique, that's a month and a half. So now you've missed 40 games, right? So I mean that's
so there's been talk about putting Acuna as a DH, but he's such a solid.
Oh, he's great.
I mean, he can make the ball from the right field to home plate. No problem.
No, he's a 5-tool guy. So you want him in the outfield. Definitely,
he's an athlete.
You know, if baseball needs to take a tip from football and understand that you need a really, really good defense if you're going to go far. Unless you're the Dodgers, who can just buy everybody. Everybody else has to have a solid defense. If you don't have a solid defense, you're not going far.
Unless you're the 2023 Braves that they had like the hitting record.
Oh, right. Then you have to play defense.
They were winning games 15-12.
Right. But they were winning.
Yeah.
And it was exciting and the fans loved it. And, you know, that's what it should be about.
You don't see that very often.
And it should be about that. I was just reading, who was I reading? I was reading about their career, a pitcher, and I just, you know, back in the day, you know, in my era when I was a kid and then a young guy, and pitchers threw complete games all the time. I mean, this guy retired with like, I don't even know how many hundred. Oh, it was the Wilbur Wood. I meant to talk about him too. So when I was a kid, Wilbur Wood pitched for the Chicago White Sox. He was a knuckleballer. Okay. Twice he lost 20 games. Twice. One year he went 24-20.
Wow.
And he threw like 399 innings a year because he threw the knuckleball.
That's insane.
It's crazy. You don't see that anymore
at all.
You don't
see half of that anymore.
No, it's nuts. But so that's what I was looking at him, and he had over 200 complete games. It's just Bob Gibson one year pitched like 30 times and he pitched like 28 complete games. It was crazy back then, but now they don't do it. You go out and throw 100 miles an hour if you can, blow your arm out. Get Tommy John, come back in a couple of years,
blow it out again
after you've made, 50, 60 million, who cares? But
look at Strasburg.
Yeah, boy. I mean, these guys that go through this, people don't understand. Well, although a lot do. So if you've had major surgery, now imagine that you're a professional athlete and you've had that major surgery and now you're going to go play again. Yep. Now imagine being a football player and you're a running back and you blow your ACL and now you're going to go back into the NFL and play again. That's to me, that's crazy. And, these kids now in high school are trying to jack up the ball as hard as they can throw it because everyone has to throw 100 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And now high school kids are getting Tommy John surgery. It's nuts.
You can't throw a mid 90 fastball anymore. It's got to be 100 miles.
Got to be 100, right? Or you're not any good.
You're not playing. You're not playing the big leagues.
It's ridiculous.
Football, Super Bowl, awful. It's gonna be a worst game ever.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, I think Seattle's gonna beat their butt.
Well, I think so too, but I don't think it's gonna. I think it's gonna be. Do you think it's gonna be like this offensive?
No, it's going to be probably 21-17, something like that. 28-17.
It's not going to be very exciting.
Well, it depends on what you like. I mean, I wish it was like played in the elements that they played in yesterday in the snow and stuff. I like that. I don't like indoor stuff.
Since it's not my team, I want to see it like 900 to 400.
Yeah, we want to see an exciting game. It's further interesting that the commercials don't get the buzz anymore that they used to. I think people are pretty much over it.
Yeah. Because there's commercials now everywhere you turn.
Right. And, so some of them run their Super Bowl commercials early.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which is kind of silly, but okay.
Where is it this year? Vegas? Where is it?
No, it's in San Francisco, right?
Oh, that's right. Yes.
So that's an outdoor stadium.
Yeah, because the president said he didn't want to go there because it was in San Francisco.
Yeah, and it's too far and blah, blah, blah. Bad Bunny and Green Day. Yeah, Green Day. How about Green Day?
That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, boy. And then Bad Bunny, and I'm going to turn over and watch the Trump
Turning Point
show. It's probably going to be the association.
Now Bad Bunny was at the Super Bowl a few years ago.
Yes,
with J-Lo.
Yes,
so he's been there before, and I'm sure there's going to be surprise guests all over the.
It is going
show.
to be epic.
It's going to be. It's the meltdown on social media is going to be the epic part.
Fantastic. It'll be fantastic.
And then you just eat as much food as you can that day.
It's correct. Now, people freaked out when Beyonce did it, and she was doing her the country stuff. That was probably one of the best halftime shows I've ever seen. Are you kidding me? And people are all up in arms about it. You know what? Too bad. You don't like it? Turn a channel.
The Super Bowl halftime show isn't even for my demographic anymore.
No, it's not. No, and it hasn't been for mine for a while. But who cares? I like all that stuff anyway. So. If you're an excellent musician, then I'm all about it.
I just found out today that Kid Cudi is going to be at the.
I saw that.
I'm all in because the opener, Big Boy from Outkast.
Big Boy. Yep. I like Big
to
Boy.
be a good night. Of the newer hip hop, Kid Cudi's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
He's not the mumble rap, stuff.
Okay,
He's got more of a. I was listening to, I can't remember where I walked into, and I asked the guy what they were listening to. It actually sounded like Kendrick Lamar, but it was Lecrae. Have you ever heard of Lecrae?
I have not.
It's Christian rap.
Oh,
it was. Okay. I mean, it was tight. It was tight. It was good.
Really?
Yeah. Lecrae.
I like a rapper who can rhyme and who can flow. Okay. Yep.
Common.
I like Common.
Eminem.
Eminem's my
best.
boy.
Yeah.
I mean, that's my
he's
favorite.
The best.
He is the best
for that flow stuff.
Yeah, and that's what I like. I like
LL Cool J he was known for his flow.
How about me talking about flow when I'm 67?
Hey, you got cred.
That's right.
You got that. We're in the car hard. Look at you.
Oh yeah. I got the sweatshirt.
You made it over today.
Yeah, and actually it wasn't that bad. And like I said, I spent a lot of hours shoveling my driveway out, and to have the roads be the way they are after what we've gotten is amazing to me. And it will always be amazing to me. And I will always be grateful to the DPW. I'll never be one that says, why aren't you plowing here? Why aren't you coming? We were able to go to work today, whatever. So
I made it back from and when it started up on Friday, Skinny Atlas and back. On the way up, it was bad here. On the way back, it was bad there.
Wow.
But the roads were fine.
Where'd you play in Skinny Atlas?
The Lake House Pub.
Oh,
and this is how you know it's not that favorable of a night. So normally you walk into the Lake House Pub.
It's crowded.
It's right across from the blue water there.
Yeah, it's packed.
You can't move.
Right.
Like you literally have to yell for people to get out of the way. There was no yelling. I didn't have to yell because there was just people sitting at the bar and a couple tables.
Oh, wow.
But I still had a good night. Still had a good night.
That's all that matters.
And then if you're a fan of the Beacon Skiff, which I am, the Orchards, the tasting room at the Orchards closed for the next couple of weeks. They're doing a huge renovation inside. They're making a nice new bar inside there. So if you're going to go out that way, the distillery is open for the next couple of weeks. That's on the way up on the right-hand side. That's where I was on Saturday. I like the little distillery there. The acoustics in there are great.
Is it?
Yeah.
I like that. And Beacon Skiff, those guys are geniuses.
We were having a long conversation about the business of marijuana and all that stuff. And
sure.
I didn't realize that because I said, do you guys ever go to open your own dispensary? He said, you can't grow and have a dispensary.
Oh.
It's either one or other, which makes total sense because that's that whole New York. You got your suppliers, I like that a little bit,
Yeah.
But dude, they're having no problems at all with being successful at Beacon Skiff. One, because they have the right people doing what they're supposed to be doing. And it's just a multifaceted company. You've got the orchards, you got the weed, you've got the concerts, you've got the liquor
distillery, right?
Yeah, it's one of the gems here in this area. And there's some cool, I got the inside on some stuff that they're working on concert wise. There's some
big stuff
for what it is, right? And who the person is. Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean they've had some national acts in there that were really, really good. So I mean, when I brought the kids up there when they were young, it was an orchard with a pony ride. Butterscotch was my kid's favorite pony, and that was about it. Had the store, right? Had the orchards, had the making the fritters or whatever.
Yep,
that's the way it was for years. But the first thing they did was vodka.
Yes.
And that was down the street.
Apple vodka.
Yes. And so I did a segment for WCNY when I had my little TV show up there to do the vodka thing. But since then, they went into the cider, the hard cider, right? 1911 was first. And then they built that big tasting area and whatever else it is. And it's gone from there. And then they got into the marijuana business. And now, I mean, once you've done that, that has just increased your cash flow. I mean, a lot.
And they are the number one supplier in New York State, heirloom.
Are you kidding me?
Yep.
I did not know that. Wow.
They might be in the top 5 across the country size wise. Yeah.
I haven't seen, well, they don't allow access to like,
and a lot of and they have, I think they're at capacity where they are so they go to other people now and get stuff too.
Really?
So
no kidding.
yeah, it's a whole. We should do a whole
Yes.
whole thing on it and get the experts to come on, because it's more than just sitting down listening to Cheech and Chong records. And
Oh yeah,
the business of marijuana. Yeah, that's what we like to do. But the business of marijuana has grown exponentially since it's been.
I would say
legalized.
it's really gaining slowly on alcohol.
Yeah, well, yeah.
If you especially if you separate alcohol sales from like alcoholic seltzer and alcoholic drinks like that, if you separate that, it's catching up on beer and stuff, because the younger generation is not drinking nearly as much as our generations did. Not even close.
No.
And you can ask bar owners about that and they'll tell you.
Yeah.
And now there's marijuana infused drinks that people do. And, it's a whole changed environment, and they were just right on it. That's what impresses me the most. They were right on it. And it had to be a long process to get the ability and they let you grow, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a huge process to go through. So good for them. That's amazing to me that they're that big that quick.
That it would be interesting to speak to somebody on that end of it, and then
Yes.
speak to somebody who's gone through the licensing process and
Yeah.
the daily, what they have to do. There's no such thing as
We could do a whole pod on it, because
deals.
we
Yeah.
could have somebody from Beacon Skiff. We could have your boy from Flintstone if he'd ever
Yep.
come on, or even your
Ravens,
other friend.
yeah.
We could definitely do that. I would love to do that.
Yep.
Because it's big business now, and it's going to get bigger before it gets smaller.
And they're smart. The Flintstone and Herb Z that's in my Cicero, North Syracuse area, they're smart because we're by the airport.
Yep.
There was a third one that was supposed to go in at the old where the Christmas tree shops were.
Okay.
I think that one fell through. That whole area is run by Raymore and Flanagan now. They bought that
they did.
the whole plaza.
Which was actually smart.
Yeah.
I mean, I think when they did it, people were like, what are you doing? But now people are like, okay,
Yeah.
I get it now, because that could really, they need to fix it up.
Yep.
They need to do the parking lot and all that stuff, but it could be nice. It could be a good location for stuff. Now, the Rite Aid building at Sweetheart Corners, it mystifies me that's still empty. That's oh my gosh, that is like a valuable corner right there.
Do you ever go by with that new coffee place, 7,
Yeah.
whatever it is?
Yeah.
I've never gone past it where there's not a line of cars
I know.
at any time.
It's amazing. It's just,
And I've never had it because my $50 a year Burn Dairy mug
there
is
you go.
very good enough for me. But
Yeah. It's pretty cool looking.
and then right across the street's that Dubai chocolate
Yes. And that's doing
coffee
really
place, and
well.
that's doing really good too.
Now,
Good.
did you have you been out to DeWitt lately at all?
Yeah,
Have you seen that new
Oh,
Taco
yeah.
Bell?
Yeah.
Not Taco Bell, Chick-fil-A.
the Chick-fil-A. I know what you meant. Yeah.
Holy crap. That thing is huge.
Did you see there's a new Shake Shack too that used to be the Wendy's
No.
on the Wendy's on the corner there?
Of Thompson?
Yeah, no, it was what's the Bridge Street.
Yeah.
There's that. It used to be the Wendy's right there on the
Yeah.
and the plaza behind it there.
Yes.
Well, that's a Shake Shack now.
Is it really?
Yep.
Oh. I might have to check that out. I like
Yep.
Shake Shack. I haven't had it in years and years though. And had it in New
Everybody
York years
goes
ago.
crazy over these beef tallow fries. That's their big thing.
Okay.
The beef tallow fries.
All right.
But yeah, Chick-fil-A building.
That's amazing. I
Yeah.
couldn't believe that. And that's the old site of the country club
Yep.
and whatever else it was called. It was called a bunch of things. And I went to all of them when I was younger. When I was a younger man, in salad days of my youth, in fact, I used to go there. So now it's a giant Chick-fil-A. And I just couldn't believe the size of it because I hadn't seen it. I like going to places that I haven't been to in like 6 months because things are accelerating. And you can really tell if you do that. Go someplace you haven't been for a few months, and you'll see the changes that have already happened. And it's because of Micron and everything else. Well, that was a good one. That was a real good one. Have you watched anything lately? We watched The Rip.
Oh no, I haven't. I'm on the final season of Sopranos.
Very good.
6.5, which the final season was 6.5.
Yep.
Very
good.
Other than that, we haven't sat down to watch. Like we're gonna watch The Rip tonight, and then what was the other one you told me about with Channing Tatum?
Roofman.
knowing that Channing Tatum is in it,
he's brilliant.
My wife probably already saw it. She loves it.
He does take his shirt off, and you get to see his butt.
I'm sure that's got to happen.
She's
in every
all
one
over
of his
it. She's all
Magic
over it.
Mike. Magic
Yes,
Mike.
he does take his shirt off probably 3, 4, 5 times, and
Yeah.
you see his naked ass. So she's all set.
We have.
It's actually very good.
We have
Peter Dinklage is in it too.
Yeah, he's great. You know what?
He's awesome.
I mean, Elf was great. I never was a. I watched it when she did. If it was on the television, Game of Thrones. I never really got into it.
Brilliant.
I think that's one. We're going through the HBO TV show, so I think after The Wire, maybe we'll go to Game of Thrones.
Dude, The Wire is so good. You're gonna.
That was. Oh, I haven't seen it since, and I don't think I watched the whole thing either. So that it'll be good because one guy lives here now.
The Wire, The Wire, The Sopranos,
Oz.
No, I didn't like Oz.
I liked Oz. That's where what's his name is Chris Maloney was in there first before.
Oh, really?
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, okay. There's a few that like and I meant to tell you, Dark. You said right to watch the show Dark.
Dark. No, I didn't say that one. What's that? Dark. It's
a television show. Was a psychological thriller? I thought you said you told me about. Anyway, somebody did, and I just looked at this list. It's the 41st best television show ever.
Dark?
Yeah, and it's foreign. It's a foreign.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I thought it was you that recommended it.
I think it was me.
Somebody did, and we're going to check that out soon. But I highly recommend Rip. Now, what about food? What's your latest food? Because we went to Home Tea Pub, which is right down the street from us.
My buddy Joey. Joey's a big Atlanta Braves fan.
Man, we love their wings.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Their pizza's good, too.
Do not order the nachos.
I don't know.
No.
I'm not a nacho guy. Of that, I mean.
Did not work. The wings are so good.
Oh, yeah.
That bar is, okay, so that bar is the location of the drunkest JR has ever been. There used to be the Gin Mill.
Oh, yeah. Yep. And
there used to be 2 sides to it. Used to be a popular music side and a country side. That's how big the place is. Now it's just one bar. That was not good. That was not a good night for JR. And that's why I remember that building. But the food there is very good. But just don't get the nachos. The nachos are not worth it. Now, we went to this other brand new, the one in North Syracuse, the brand new.
The Mexican place.
Yes.
He had the big old beer.
Yeah, Mi Abuela,
like
whatever
that.
it is, right?
Yeah.
So the food there is fantastic. In fact, we got a plate of nachos for the table, and it was a Mexican nachos, and they were incredible. All the food was very good. Okay.
Were they supposed to be a different kind of nacho? Mexican?
No,
nacho?
no.
Okay. You're the Mexican face out.
Oh, yeah, right. Exactly.
Nachos.
Right. See, now you just got me right off from where I was going.
Sorry.
So
you were probably going to talk
that.
about the service.
The service was absolutely horrendous, but they're brand new. They were brand new. I mean, it was like opening day or it's a couple days after opening.
I did that
Awful.
one. I did that with the Mexican place. It's the other new one that's almost across from me in the little. Little thing.
Yes.
I went in the opening weekend and the same thing.
Yeah.
Food is great. The service was persona non grata.
Man.
But
oh boy, service was so bad. But we laughed about it. It was so bad.
we go to Wild Horse a lot
Where's that?
in Central Square.
Man, you're driving to Central Square to
It's
go
not
to
far.
Wild Horse?
It's not far from me. It's 7 minutes.
Yeah,
from
that's
me.
true. Yeah, it is. Close to
You know where the bridge is?
yes.
Right after you get off the bridge, you take a left down
Okay.
past the pier, and then it's
Yeah.
the next. But their wings too are
Oh, okay.
out of this world. We did it. We went after my gig at Beacon Skiff on Saturday. We stopped over for a little wing.
Nice.
We had like a little appetizer thing and had a couple adult beverages. And
What's their specialty? I mean, do you play there too?
Yeah.
Okay.
The summertime is the cans and clams on Wednesday nights.
Oh, okay.
But I think wings is big for. He has his Thursday night wing nights pretty good.
Is it?
And they're the nice meaty wings.
Yes.
They don't.
These were too.
We did
Home Team Pub.
We're fans of Buck seasoning,
Yes.
and we tried they had a Buck seasoning rub.
Oh.
Char grilled.
Nice.
It's good.
Oh, very good.
Yeah.
I will say this: the nachos came out, and I had asked. I don't eat slop, as you know, so it came out with sour cream all over it and crema all over it, right? So I sent it back because we asked for it on the side, and then they sent it back out, and Yeah, they got. I think the kitchen got pissed at JR. So let's put it that way. So we love Home Team Pub. We love it, and we go there fairly often because we're right. Like I said,
Yeah. When I
right
lived
down
in
the street.
when I lived in Liverpool, we were there once a week.
Yeah. So and it's good, and the bartenders are great. The prices are great. They have a lot of regulars. They have a lot of regulars in there, and so it's a good place to go. I just did not like the nachos, and that the new place, Mi Abuela, whatever it is, it was very, very good. Very good food. Definitely go back. Hopefully they get all the kinks worked out, and I'm sure they will. We like to, and I know you do too, Bill. We like to, go to local places, small local places, that we want to support local people who are trying to make a living at it, and that's what we try to do.
And we try to go to the places that pay me to play. It's just it's a respect thing.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna spend my money at some place if like listen, 7 minutes down the road for me, the Wild Horse is good food. I'm not gonna go anywhere else.
Right.
And it's one thing about the Cicero North Syracuse. There's really not a place. Tully's.
Right.
But there's no like local kind of bar-ish. You got Mug Shots.
Right.
It's a great bar, but they're limited food.
That's debatable.
Limited food. For old Syracuse police officer owns it. Well, his
really?
parents owned it before, and then it went down to him. Yeah.
Oh, all right. I'll give him props then. I just kind of a rough crowd.
Well, it's the quintessential dive bar.
Yeah, that's true. It is. They had the punching bag machine.
Yes,
they
did.
That's a dive bar accoutrement.
It
is.
You
have the punching bag machine, and you get the drunk rednecks in there and trying to smack it around. It's pretty funny.
There's not really that many. You've got Mackenzie's down the street the other way.
Yeah, so
it's in the plaza.
Nessico's, the new Nessico's.
We'll try that out.
Little small bar. We haven't been there yet either, but we used to go there all the time. And unfortunately, the prices of things have gone up, so they're a tiny bit pricey.
They have really good specials though too, like 2 4 days. Do you 2 for days?
Their food was great for a very long. That was our go-to place. But now we go to the spinning wheel. You remember? Spinning wheel?
You told me about that. We always forget about that.
Oh man, we love that. It's cheap and it's really, really good. So
and they do clam bakes and stuff over there.
Yeah, they do. Really.
Speaking of clam bake, we're in the midst of planning the Liverpool High School 1996 30th reunion this summer.
We are in the midst of planning the Baldwinsville 50th anniversary. Yours is the 30th?
30th.
Mine's the 50th. And I guess I'm emceeing it. So
there you go. So we have a graduate that owns Trappers in so we're gonna have like the get together there on Friday, and then we're gonna do a clam bake at Sharky's on Saturday.
Nice. We're doing a get together at Mohegan Manor for the cocktail day, and then the dinner is at I think the Elks. No, not the Elks. Is it the Camellus Elks? I don't know. Moose Lodge maybe, or the Elks, something like that. 50th. That's if we get 150, that's pretty good. I mean, our class size was only 3 something. What was your class size?
Oh, it was gigantic. I can't even remember. There was people walking across the stage. I'm like, who's that?
I mean, it's like 600, right, for you?
Yeah, we were at the War Memorial.
Oh my gosh,
was where we had our ceremony. It was the War Memorial.
Man, we had ours outside of the high school.
Yeah, it was in the 600s.
Man, but you'll have a giant reunion.
I was in the A's, so I was in and out.
Trappers is good too. You're gonna.
The pizzas there is great. Food's great. Now she had just built a back patio with volleyball stuff. There's a nice huge bar in the back. So I think we're looking at either in June or July, obviously.
Yeah, we're doing August.
And it'll be nice there, and then the big shebang, and we're gonna plan it on a night where Jim's got something cool going on at the pavilion, so we have entertainment and stuff. So it'll be good.
You should Scar should play.
Negative. I'd like to enjoy.
Yes, that's true.
Once in a while.
That's true. All right, we're way over.
I like playing. I love it.
But
I'm in a part now. I'd like to.
It's your job.
I'd like somebody else to entertain me for.
Yes,
once.
That's right. It's like any other job.
Yeah.
And again, that's what people don't understand about musicians. It's their job. Okay, so they're working. When they're playing, they're working. When they're not playing, then you can go talk to them and request.
I love shutting my brain off. It's one of my favorite things. Shut it off.
I barely turn mine on.
Watch a movie and not worry and listen to Chipper bark. That's what I do.
All right, that's it. This was a really good one. Thanks to Ryan McMahon and Jim Lerch for joining us. We appreciated that. Both were great segments. And our thanks to you most especially for listening in. Subscribe. Please subscribe. I don't like hearing that Luke has more than us.
Go to
the
YouTube page. We'll put links up on the Facebook. Subscribe.
Yes.
And then you get an email when you subscribe. You get a notification when we're live. So it's good.
Take care of yourselves, okay? God willing, we're all back at it next time on the Jim Reith Show Unleashed podcast.